Welcome to Fake It Till You Make It and Then What? This is a conversation about being a mom, a wife, an author, and my journey through life. Hello, and welcome to Fake It Till You Make It and Then What? So this is episode 3. I can still count the episodes and number them because I'm at the beginning. Once I get past, like double digits, I'm not going to be doing this. But we're still new. So this is episode 3. Thank you for joining me. It is fall. Fall is in the air. There's a little crispness, a little coolness. It feels good outside. By this time, I know Band-tober is over. For those of you who are band parents or band alumni, man, how did your contest season go? I'm super excited because I'm going to a contest tomorrow to see several of the really good bands in my area get to perform. So you're definitely going to hear about that. But yeah, it's fall. There are holidays coming up. And something that was my youngest daughter, her school recently had a Red Ribbon Week. So for those of you who are probably 30 and under, I think it's been Red Ribbon Week for a while. That is basically the drug prevention program that happens at the schools, and they make it very fun, and the kids pledge to be drug free. Whenever I was a kid, the color was green, and I believe it was under President Reagan's leadership that we had the Just Say No rallies, and the color was green, and we would do all of these things, and they would teach us about safety, why you shouldn't use drugs. And then at the end, we'd have this huge balloon release, and it'd be all these green and white balloons in the air. Is anybody else a part of the generation where you learn something and it's like law? So like, if you see someone like smoking, it's like, just say no. Or you... Okay, maybe it's just me. And I'm not like, this is not to shame anybody, like, do you? But I'm just saying the Just Say No rallies had an impact on me. And I never really got into doing a lot of bad stuff. So anyways, so this last couple of weeks ago, it was the Red Ribbon Week, and so we had a lot of fun sending our now 6-year-old to school in her red, in her tie-dye, all of these things to celebrate them pledging to be drug-free. What else is going on? So Halloween is over. We're heading towards Thanksgiving. Do you like the holidays? Are you ready? Are you visiting family? Is family coming over? Are you cooking? Are you not spending any money because eggs and meat are too expensive? What are you doing for your holiday? So I celebrate Thanksgiving here in the United States, in Texas. And for us, it's a holiday where we have off of work and we usually eat some good food, we cook, and we watch football. It is I am a Dallas Cowboys fan. I know I'm going to have some haters, and that's okay. Come for me. I am win, lose, or tie. Love the Cowboys till I die. I am a loyalist. I'm not a fair weather fan. Like, when we don't play the best, I'm still a fan. You're just not going to hear my mouth. But I am loyal to my Cowboys. So anyways, we watch the Dallas Cowboys play football on Thanksgiving. For me, I'm looking for the halftime because, again, I'm a band person. So halftime is everything. Commercials and halftime. And then if we win, yay. So looking forward to Thanksgiving, having some time off, enjoying time with family. Right now, I am doing some fall cleaning. Like, do you guys do fall cleaning? Like we do spring cleaning when it's time to get rid of all the stuff you've accumulated. Well, I have a little desk. So we are in an apartment, and there's just a lot of stuff. We've just accumulated a lot of stuff. So I am cleaning some stuff out, throwing some stuff away so that I just have some room to breathe and have more creative space, and finding things like boxes and fabric, because I'm a seamstress, a former seamstress. I don't sew as much now, but I still have some fabric so that when I have time to sit down and start sewing again, I can just go. But there's a lot of fabric, there's a lot of blankets, there's a lot of pillows, and that's not even including Hazel's stash of toys and papers from school. So yeah, taking a little time, doing some fall cleaning, getting the space ready for the Christmas decorations. I celebrate Christmas. I'm a Christian. I celebrate Christmas. And yeah, I know like the celebrating Christmas is not about the tree. It's not about the presents. We celebrate because it's the birth of Jesus. But I love to decorate. I love Christmas decorating. I love Christmas music. So that's kind of what I'm cleaning up for. Cleaning up for the Thanksgiving holiday, cleaning up for the Christmas holiday so we can decorate and just enjoy it for a month and a half, 2 months. Once we decorate, I want it to stay up for 2 months and just be fabulous and just enjoy the season. What about you? How early are you decorating for Christmas? When is it too early to start celebrating? Okay, so I believe it's one of the cartoons, really popular cartoon from the late 70s. The main character is in the department store and going up the escalator, and she's like, Christmas decorations? I haven't even finished eating all of my Halloween candy. Yeah, that's, but it's time. Once that little cool breeze hits the air, it's time for the decorations. What about you? Is it after Halloween? Is it day after Thanksgiving? Is it at some point in November? Are you thinking about it all year? Are you a Christmas in July? Hit me up. I want to know, when are you decorating for Christmas? When are you playing that Christmas music? When does it start? All right. So yeah, holidays are a great time to spend time with family. I hope that you have a good relationship with your family. And if you don't have a good relationship, I hope that you find a way to celebrate, relax, refresh, rebuild yourself, heal, recuperate. But for me, it is a time where family, we get together, we reminisce, we watch movies, things like that. And it had me thinking about my oldest daughter. I want to give a shout out to my oldest daughter. She is 27 years old. Currently, she is engaged. And I'm just so proud of her. I'm not going to share a lot of her story. I'm saving that for a conversation so that she can share what she wants to share. But I'm so proud of her journey. I've watched her, grow and make decisions, and then make bad decisions, and then make good decisions. And then it looks like things are great. And then it's like, oh my gosh, what's happening? But the one thing that I respect so much, she reached a point where she said, I just feel like imposter syndrome. Like I'm doing this, but I'm not being true to who I am. And so how often are we doing that in our older adult lives? We're going through lives where we're going through our lives. We're going through the paces. We know that we're not really being true to who we are and what we want to do, but we keep doing it for whatever reason, for money or for fear of losing your friend circle or fear of rejection or just not sure what doing something different looks like. She trashed everything and started over, and now she is doing some really excellent things, and I'm so proud that she had the courage to do that, to say, this isn't where I want to be. I'm not going to keep faking it to make it, right? So her then what meant, I've got to stop this and I need to do something different. So yeah, life is a journey, and so firstborn Annie, I'm super proud of you doing all of the things, and her fiance Julian is a really great young man. So I am praying that their relationship just moves forward with so much blessing and strength and resilience. Marriage is tough. It's like I can remember going into marriage and thinking, oh yeah, I'm ready. You're never ready. There's no way you could be ready, because you may have had some good examples, so you have the tools, but you're not ready for what you're going to go through until it comes to you. Now you're probably going to go through trials, and those trials will prepare you. So it's like, okay, I went through this, so I know that I can get through this. But the kind of journey that you go through when you get married, because you're building yourself, you're building up your spouse, you go from being an individual to being a team. You have to start thinking about emotional intelligence. You have to start thinking about respect. You have to start thinking about love languages. Like, you might like receiving something one way, but if your spouse needs attention a different way, now you've got to compromise in a way that you didn't have to. And so you have to become selfless sometimes. That doesn't mean you lose yourself completely, that you stop caring about yourself, paying attention to yourself, because a lot of times as women, we're like, oh, I've got to take care of everybody else and I'll get to myself last. I did that for years. And then all of a sudden you look in the mirror and you're like, who is this? Like, what happened to me? Like, my hair, my face, my weight, just because I haven't put as much energy into caring for myself. So all this talk about marriage and family, let's go back to finish the rest of the conversation with Myke about family. Here we go. Thinking about family, our current family, those who share our space here at home, we have a 17-year-old artist, and we have a 5-year-old,
40-year-old,
5 going on 40.
Right.
She is a mixed media artist. She's a singer. She's a dancer. She's a theatrical performer. She's a problem solver. She's a fix-it woman.
CEO, entrepreneur, all of those things.
She
at 5.
is a boss baby.
Yeah.
So we have two girls, very artistic, very creative, very different personalities. Mm-hmm. One has a personality that's like me, and one has a personality that's like Dad.
Yeah, it's literally full on introvert, full on extrovert.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Makes for exciting times.
Always.
So I can see how my thoughts about all of these things have changed through the years. Respect going from, typically respect is an authority word relating to your parents or your boss. And that's what I thought when I was younger. And now I feel like respect is mutual. It's given, it's received, and whether it's between a parent and a child, a teacher and a student, a person and their boss, or a husband and a wife, I think it's a mutual. I think it's give and take. It is definitely earned, but it also has to be given. Like, if you expect to receive it, I think you have to really work on giving it.
I agree.
Yeah.
So
Any final thoughts for you?
I have a final thought, but it's more of a final question.
Oh, go ahead.
It's kind of a lightning round question.
Oh.
What do you do when you don't get respect, but you are giving it?
If you give respect, but you're not getting it, what do you do? Well, obviously, the correct answer is C, have a conversation about it. But what actually happens is probably a shutdown. Mm-hmm. It's easy to shut down and be like, oh, this person don't respect me, so I'm about to bounce. Or you get angry. Yeah. What do you do when you feel like you're giving respect but aren't receiving it?
I definitely shut down. I know myself. And I'm not saying that that's the right thing.
Right.
I think the right thing is something that I always thought as a younger person is really going above and beyond. I do think there is a point to where
sometimes you
wipe
do
your
have to
hands
part
and walk
ways.
away. Yeah.
Right.
But I'm trying not to sneeze right now. It's on the tip of my nose. But I think you really do have to go above and beyond. You have to push through your feelings sometimes. You have to push through your emotions.
Mm-hmm. And something that I've learned, you're not always going to feel good. Like, I think we're always looking for happy. I think we're always looking for making ourselves feel good. Sometimes it's not going to feel good. And I think we really have to understand that. Like, sometimes the transition is going to be uncomfortable. Sometimes the conversation is going to be uncomfortable. Getting comfortable, and this is somebody else said this, several people have said this, you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
That's 2024 right there. That's what you told me at the beginning of the year. And you're right. We have, so it's interesting. It's like our culture, again, has made the focus about being comfortable in all areas of life. And that's not even like biblical. You know what I mean? Like, there's no point to where,
Always striving for being cozy and feeling taken care of. And that's good if you are. But even if you're taken care of, there's going to be areas, like if you're going to grow, when things grow and stretch and change, there's a discomfort in that.
Yeah. And, you got to, I don't know where I was about to go with that, but that part of getting comfortable, being uncomfortable, really, it resonates with me this year. And, things we've talked about and just where we're wanting to go. Like, if you want to step into bigger things, it's going to be uncomfortable because you haven't been there before.
Right.
So
uncomfortable because it's new, uncomfortable because it's confusing. You have to learn things, the process, like it's going to take work.
Right.
And then when you get there, receiving is going to take work.
Yeah.
And managing what you've received, it's going to take work.
Right.
Like I don't know that you're ever just going to get there and be like done and sitting with your feet up. And I think that's kind of maybe a misconception. Like as a child, you're like, oh, when I grow up, I'm going to get married. I'm going to live happily ever after, period. It's never a period. It's a comma and it's ... and it's a colon and it's a semicolon.
Oh my goodness.
There's always this evolution happening. Like it doesn't just end. If it ends, then most likely you're dead. Like,
yeah. Or whatever you were seeking is dead.
Yeah.
Like the idea of it has to die at some point anyway, because we'll take marriage for as an example. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that I thought you get married and then, it's easy. I didn't think it was easy, but I also didn't know how hard it was. You know what I mean? Like, and that's, like the communication. You think communication. It's like, oh yeah. You just talk, right? We talk about things. Yeah. Oh yeah, we talk all the time, but are you intentional about the things that you talk about? Mm-hmm. Are there plans attached to the things that you talk about? Mm-hmm. Are you going places with the things that you talk about? Because nobody wants to just stay stagnant. When you come together, you're building, you're one, and you're building something new together.
So when you say, are you going places, meaning the ideas and the plans, Like your talking should have purpose.
Exactly.
Like
intentionality.
You shouldn't just talk just to talk. Like it's fun, yeah. But it also has to be used as a tool to get you from one place to the next.
Yeah. So for anybody out there, 2024, get comfortable being uncomfortable. That doesn't mean get frustrated. That means look at it in the positive.
Well, when the frustration comes, it's coming to bring change or solutions. So you have to really go through all the steps and ask yourself, what am I upset about? What am I frustrated about? And break that thing down.
Yeah. So that was a good 30 seconds of final thoughts.
Totally not 30 seconds.
Not at all.
All right. Well, now it is time for what's your favorite?
I'm going to make that a jingle.
It's a jingle. It's a jingle. So every episode we will ask our guest something. What is your favorite something? And so for today, what is your favorite season and why?
Easy. My favorite season is winter because I just love the cold. I like everything about, everything that's attached to winter. Christmas time, the Thanksgiving, all of that. Even though in Texas, sometimes it's not cold at Thanksgiving. At least Christmas, most of the time, is cold.
So for me, one favorite season. I thought I knew. I'm going to say fall because you're coming out of it being hot, coming into it being cool, pumpkin spice everything, leaves falling, temperatures dropping. So it's the change. It's the end of the heat. So yeah, for me, favorite season would be fall. And it's the anticipation of winter coming and all those winter holidays. Yeah.
So now when you say that, are you talking about fall in Texas or are you talking about fall when you lived in Maryland? Because those are two totally different things.
You're right. However, fall in Texas means at some point cool weather is coming.
Yeah.
We usually get our first cold front around Halloween, and then it stays warm, but it's less hot than summer was, and it's still pumpkin spice everything. Right. So, yeah.
Pumpkin spice, tornado, then cold usually is how it breaks down in Texas.
That is a thing. That is a Texas thing. That was such a neat conversation to listen into. What is something that you thought of one way, and then when you got in it, you started to see it differently, or maybe understand what your parents were going through, or maybe realize, you know what, I just want to do things different. I want a different outcome. I want positive feelings, or I don't want negative feelings. So I need to do something different. That's okay. The point is recognizing that you want change and then doing something different. Because remember, you're looking out for your future self. And if you always do what you've always done, you'll always be where you've always been. So sometimes you have to take a step back, assess where you are, and make a game plan to do something new. And it's okay to ask for help. Help doesn't always have to come from someone who's close to you or someone who's causing you distress. Sometimes you have to reach out of your circle to get help. Therapy is a great thing. And you need to choose your own therapist. I had someone tell me that, and I had never even considered, oh my gosh, I could pick my own therapist. Because, so for example, growing up, we had military doctors. You didn't get to choose your doctor. Your doctor came and found you and was like, this is what we're doing. And I think as I got older, it wasn't really explained like, oh no, you get to pick now. So I had a person tell me, "Oh no, you want to pick your own therapist. You have to pick someone that's a fit for you." So when you're thinking about, do I want to do therapy? Do I want to do counseling? It is a great thing, but if you don't have someone who is a great fit, it may not feel great. So you do want to make a connection with someone who fits you, and it's not going to be all roses. Like, obviously, if you're healing some hurt or if you're bringing up some concerns, it may not feel good. So make sure that you're thinking about, what is uncomfortable here? Is it uncomfortable because I'm being challenged to do something new and something different? Or is this really not a good fit? So make sure you're thinking about that. That's our time. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening in. Remember, you can follow me on social media, Ty Ayers Allen. If you have a question, if you just want me to read your letter, give you some encouragement, share a story with our listeners, laugh, email me, tyayersallen@gmail.com. Can't wait to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you well.